Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Korky. Welcome to episode 5 of Life After Lasso. We are halfway through the first season. We are into January. It has been quite a turnaround in recent months. We've put together a strong run of results, so we have. We are due to play our final game of the month, which is an FA Cup tie against West Ham. You may remember from one of the previous episodes where this is the Nathan Shelley derby. He did get sacked before the first time we played against West Ham. This, of course, is an FA Cup. That was, of course, in the league. So the plan for this episode is we're going to play the last game now against West Ham. We're going to skip forward a couple of days. We're going to play out the January transfer window as well. So let's get ready for that first of all. As you may see from the team here, we have made a signing already this month. We have brought on Jean-Kevin Duvernay. Gareth Canterbury is just not cutting it for left back, and Jeff Goodman's playing all the games and is getting fatigued. He's actually just coming back from a little bit of an injury as well. So we have Duvernay in as cover for left back. He's also capable of playing at centre back as well, which is also good news because Paul Reynolds is looking to leave because he's not getting games either. So we've brought in one signing already. I don't really think we need anybody else. We'll have a little look on deadline day. There are a few young players we're trying to get out on loan because our under-23s team don't play in the under-23s league this season. So we're trying to get some youngsters out on loan, get them some game time. So we might need to bring in a couple of reinforcements just to strengthen the team at the kind of the back end. So we are getting ready to play West Ham, as we mentioned. As we know already, Nathan Shelley has been sacked, which is again disappointing because this is the second time we've played West Ham and it's the second time we haven't been able to beat him because he's not been there. But it's okay, you know, it could be a lot worse. We could play against, they could be top of the league and they could beat us and things like that, so that's not a problem. Having a look at the team then as we get ready for the game, we have Demat continuing in goal. We did make a promise that he would get more game time. He has been playing a few games quite regularly and we've been getting some good results as well. Coupled with that, Thierry Zorro has taken an injury and is out for 3 to 4 weeks as well. Sam Obisanya is back in. He was suspended for the last game after picking up yellow cards. McAdoo is back in as well. He had an injury for 2 weeks there. Mas continues at centre back and Duvernay comes in for his first start at left back as Jeff Goodman is carrying a little bit of an injury as well. He's due back in a couple of days. In central midfield we have Bumbercatch and Shannon continuing their strong partnership. And on the wings we have Kukoc and Colin Hughes with Danny Rojas playing in behind Jimmy Tart. With Zorro being injured, we're taking a little bit of a chance here. We're not putting a goalkeeper on the bench. We are bringing Paul Reynolds in as a defensive cover, along with obviously Dixon, Winchester and Canterbury. We have Dawkins, Backronde on the bench, Montlar, McCracken and Coburn, the attacking options there as well. So let's get into the game. This is the FA Cup. It is the 4th round tie, so it's the second round we've entered into. We are playing away to West Ham. Just quick look through their lineup is pretty much as you would expect. We are playing our third kit as well. If we carry on from last performance, we will do well. I like the sound of that. Let's go with that. Not an awful lot going on in the first 10 minutes. Hopefully maybe we should encourage them a little bit. 20 minutes in and there's nothing of note. There's nothing in terms of XG. We are performing better. Nothing is happening at all. Half an hour into the match, we're getting our first highlight here. Ball comes to Rojas. He's breaking up the wing, loses the ball. We are in the wrong camera mode for some reason. Duvernay makes a nice header, plays in the mass. Plays the bumper catch. We're going to switch this up a little bit here. It is behind the goal. Switch it back to director. Wisanya brings the ball forward. Kukoc plays in the Colin Hughes, who tucks it in to the bottom corner. That's his 4th goal of the season. Colin Hughes is playing a little bit of a blinder for us since he's broken the team. He was carrying a little bit of an injury to begin with. This replay is extremely slow for some reason. Let's speed that up a little bit. We can't do it here. We'll have to do it in the settings. Let's skip it. It's going too slow. We're just going to have to skip the replays on this one and then we'll fix that in the settings. So good start the first half. See, McAdoo plays it wide to Busanya. He's making a move up the wing, cutting inside. Kukoc receives the ball, but it's a heavy touch called out by Cresswell. Bumper catch retrieves, goes wide to Hughes. Plays a big cross in. Jimmy Tart's there. Jimmy Tart is offside. I think he is offside, but we will find out momentarily. And referee has disallowed because the flag, it correctly, it did go up. This replay is going to be far too slow as well, because Hughes goes right to the touchline, so we'll skip past that. We see Everton have beaten Coventry 3-0 in the other game that's on today. So we go into the break 1-0 up. West Ham have signed, I think they've signed Devin Wrench, have they? Can't see from there. Cresswell whoops in a corner. It's a big header from Zuma. The ball is cleared. Can we get it back out again? The ball comes wide here to Bowen. Turns around to Paqueta. It's a good save from Demat, which is pleasing. We've put him in there to do a job, and he's performing very well for us. Big cross in from Cresswell. Gets cleared. Kukoc can't get the ball fully out. It is Wrench is playing for West Ham, and I'm not sure what happened there. I think that's Cresswell just ran the ball out of play. So what are we on? We're in 15 minutes. We're looking at fitness wise. We're still doing okay. Shannon struggling a little bit. Bumper catch. Tony Kukoc. Jimmy Tart is not having a great game. Sam Obisanya is carrying another yellow card. It's a very good tackle from Wrench, but Obisanya keeps the ball, gets up the byline, cuts it back across. Shannon gets it into Rojas. It's a corner, is it? It is. So Hughes to whip the ball in. What have we got here? Into the back post. It's cleared by Zuma. Obisanya comes running on it. Couldn't get the control in there. If I was coming running in like that, I would be shooting first time. Headed back across by Hughes, but the ball's cleared. Obisanya once again comes to Shannon. Is he going to go from distance? He's not, because he loses the ball. Goes wide right to Benrahma. Bumper catch makes a lovely sliding tackle there. We're going to have a little look at the bench here and see, because Obisanya is on a booking. Bumper catch is on a booking. We might need to. They're playing okay. Yeah, Mass is not playing very well. Hughes is struggling, so we'll bring Richard in on the left wing. We will maybe bring Danny Rojas up front. We'll bring Jimmy Tart. Jimmy Tart is not playing well, but then Jimmy Tart might only need one opportunity to score. We will do this. We'll bring Dawkins in for Tart. Do we bring in? Yeah, Mass is not playing great. We'll bring in Winchester at the back. Plenty of time left, lads. They're all motivated. That's a good sign. So we'll kick off again. Here we go. What are we in the 70 minutes? Bumper catch is now struggling for fitness. Anybody else struggling with fitness? Bumper catch also on a yellow card. Big ball wide left from Obisanya to Duvernay. He's going to run up that line. He's doing very well up that line. Loses the ball to tackle. Bumper catch retrieves. Kind of pins himself into a bit of a corner. Great switch across to Obisanya on the right hand side, who makes a run. Loses the ball far too easily there to Emerson. Lovely interception by Winchester. Plays it into Montlar, who plays on the Rojas, who puts it wide. I think he was offside anyway. Flags up from the assistant referee. With 15 minutes left. We're doing okay. We're not playing badly. Fitness wise though, Kukoc, you gotta come out. Bumper catch, you gotta come out as well. Do we bring Shannon back in here? We'll put Richard across here, and we'll bring McCracken in on the left wing. He's done very well for us. Plenty of time for you to make an impact. Both of them are motivated. Positive signs. That's what I like to see. The Verdes having a decent game in at left back, which is pleasing. It's a lovely bit of football. Shannon could have been quicker at it there. That's a good save from Demat. Could have very easily have got West Ham back in there. Last thing I want is for us to go to extra time and even a replay. There's no extra time in the FA Cup. Is it a replay? I can't remember. But we're retrieved the ball. Rojas plays to Coburn. Lovely ball to McCracken. He heads it down to Montlar. And it's a good block from, I think, Zuma. Yep, Kurt Zuma with a good block there. Shannon, they whip the ball in from the corner. What have we got here? All the way in the back post, and Kurt Zuma clears yet again. Why is Kurt Zouma so good in the air? It's just like a mountain, so he is. But 88 minutes, we're in the 90 minutes, we're in the stoppage time. We're still winning. It's 1-0. It's been a hard fought game. In fairness, our XG was very high. Sam Obasanya has picked up a knock, potential foot injury. We will have a look at that. Everyone thought we'd lose, and we proved them wrong. Be proud, it was a great one. Yeah, I'm pleased with that feedback. That sounds good. We're in the next round. We're in the 5th round of the FA Cup, and that is all that matters. Obasanya is injured for 2 weeks. That's okay. We can cope with that. That's fine. So that is the final game of this month. As we mentioned, we will do some transfer business, and we will come back. Can we expect any transfer business? Decline to respond. We will do some transfer business, and we will be right back. So the January transfer window has closed. As you will see here, Newcastle have been the biggest spenders, spending a total of 92 million. They've also brought in 6 players, and we'll just have a quick look to see who that was. They brought in Grujic, Shakir, Chitalo, Gratterall. I'm not sure if I've pronounced that correctly. I don't even know who that is, but they've brought him in a free transfer. He's a goalkeeper, probably obviously a backup goalkeeper. They brought in Otamendi, and they've also brought in Garang Kuhl. Not sure how you pronounce that correctly, but he is an Australian, South Sudan, Egyptian attacking player, very much a winger striker. He is 18 years of age, so they brought him in for 300,000, which actually seems like that could be very good business. Looking at his stats, there's a lot of room for improvement. In terms of our own business, we've, along with signing Jean-Kevin Duvernay, obviously as we mentioned earlier, we have also made deals to sign Jan Sommer in the summer on a free transfer, and we're also bringing in Cher Endor as well in the summer, who looks actually a very, very exciting prospect. He does have a potential 4.5 stars. He is an A-rated player according to our scouts, and just looking at his stats, he is a central midfielder, can play in attacking midfield as well, which is good because Tyler Shannon is also 32 now, so he will be kind of on his way out. We might even start putting Shannon into coaching and coaching courses and leadership courses, and we might try and keep him once he retires, if he retires within the next 3 seasons. In terms of the outgoings, just to bring it back there, we have had no outgoings. Paul Reynolds received 4 contract offers, rejected every one of them. Babatunde rejected 2 offers to go out on loan, and Robbie Roberts also rejected an offer to go to Middlesbrough on loan. And we couldn't give away Roberts or Reynolds on a free transfer. Nobody wanted to sign either of them, which is a little bit frustrating and a little bit disappointing. But it does mean we have numbers. So if we need to rely on them at any stage for a bit of rotation, they are there and they will feature, but they will be leaving at the end of the season because we don't need them, which is maybe a little bit cruel to say. But that is it for this episode. As we see here from the other results of this month, as you see there, we beat Newcastle 5-4, we beat Millwall 3-1, we beat Southampton 3-0 with a very good win against Crystal Palace, which is of course our derby game. And if you refer back to the first game of the season, they beat us 6-2 when we were at home. So to get a win over, not even just get a win over, but to get a big win against them is very pleasing. If you add up the 2 results, we're trailing by a goal. They're on a 7-6 lead in that respect. But that is it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it. As always, please like, share, subscribe, comment. It all helps. It'll help us bring you more content like this as well. We will be back with the next episode where we're going to take on Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle and Fulham. Across the next 8 games, we do have a very tough run, and we've got Arsenal, Man City. We do have Bristol City in the FA Cup. 5th round draw was done off camera, so we've got Bristol City in the next round. We then have Man City, Liverpool, Leicester and Chelsea to come across the next 2 months and into April as well. It does make things hopefully a little bit easier for the final run-in. We do have kind of Spurs, maybe Wolves are going to be the hardest games we're going to play there. maybe Brighton as well, but the other fixtures are maybe a little bit easier on us. So hopefully we're doing pretty well at the minute. We're 4th in the league. Hopefully we can maintain some kind of trajectory and push for at least 7th place and hopefully get a European position. As you can see there, Jamie Tart currently sitting 2nd in the goal scoring chart with 18. Of course, Haaland has got 33 goals, because why wouldn't Haaland have 33 goals? He scores for fun. But that is it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it. As I say, we will be back in the next episode where we take on the two big guns in Arsenal and Man City. But until then, thank you for watching. Take care. Thanks for watching the video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. You can check out one of these recommended videos, and as always, please do like, share, subscribe and comment. It helps us to grow the channel. It helps us to bring you more content like this in the future. In the meantime, I've been Korky. It's been an absolute pleasure. We will see you in the next video. Thank you. Take care.